The consumer view. You, as a consumer, have a right to get information about the food you're eating. The food industry, however, is very secretive, claiming it is difficult to provide details. Perhaps it is time somebody invented open source food, where all information related to a particular food item is freely available. Of course, you don't want a kilometre-long document attached to every orange. You also don't want such a document to say 4-hydroxy-3-methoxybenzylaldehyde when it should really say vanilla. You may instead want to be able to access detailed information on the net in easily understandable terms in your own language. Now, there is a price tag to providing such services. Are you willing to pay a little extra for food information? The operational view. You are the person that keeps the business running smoothly. Your main concern is probably the performance of the food production process. Getting your order done on time and with minimal interruption is your goal. Your interest in traceability is its capability to measure performance and to give you the data that you need to plan the load. You also want traceability to make sure your products are on spec and will go to your target market without any problems. You need traceability to satisfy the growing information needs of your business partners and ultimately the consumer, because providing food alone is not enough anymore. We are in the age of food information management. But where to start? How should traceability be implemented on the shop floor? TraceFood will help you in this task with its industry-proven good practices. Take a look. The supply chain view. Working on supply chain management is a challenging task. Information is very fragmented. You never really know what you are buying and how to differentiate the good ones from the bad ones. You want traceability to check that your ingredients, contact materials and additives really are on spec and come from where you bought them. If you bought frozen halal chicken from Malaysia, you want assurance that the poultry really is halal and that the cold chain was maintained correctly during the long transport. You want this information to pop up on your screen when you look at the order. Therefore, you need an agreed framework, what data you can expect from your suppliers, and a way of exchanging that data internationally. This is what TraceFood is about. The quality assurance view. When a food item enters your premises, it's you who's responsible for taking responsibility that it is safe and on spec. But how do you know that it has not been tampered with? Would you have detected Sudan 1? You want traceability for more assurance about what has happened to your ingredients. You want traceability for monitoring critical parameters such as temperature and enabling you to determine the actual shelf life correctly. You also want traceability to avoid repeating unnecessary lab tests. This saves money and time. TraceFood and TraceCore give specific guidance about which parameters need to be monitored for specific food items. Check it out. The Public Administration Health Authority view. The world of food has been a global world for a long time. Coffee from South America hit Lapland's remote shores in the late 1900s. We have seen walnuts from California competing with local nuts for at least 30 or 40 years. Overfishing also means that fish comes from ever more distant places to our homes. Traceability has two main goals: improve the efficiency of the supply chain and each member of it, and make the food production safer. A global food chain needs global traceability. Traceability cannot stop at the company or even country borders. How else can the outbreak of food-related diseases be dealt with quickly? But who is to govern and who is to run such a system? Or should the system organise itself spontaneously like the internet? Small and medium enterprises make up the largest proportion of food business operators. They have neither time nor resources to spare. Will they have to pay for what they perceive as more red tape? The IT view. TraceCore is a voluntary standard developed by traceability experts. It was designed to exchange traceability data in a simple but efficient manner. TraceCore has gone through a series of iterations and is now comprised of an abstract model and implementations, most noticeably the FP6 reference implementation. TraceCore is currently the most promising approach for an international standard for the exchange of traceability data. It can carry both material flow data as well as quality and product data. TraceCore is built with full support for European, US and Japanese food safety standards. And if your clients want to export to any of these markets, TraceCore is a good starting point.